Well, hello there. There we go. Hello. Thank you for joining me for episode 3 of Post-Apocalypse Worlds. GM Purple Brain R&D. It doesn't feel like it's episode 3. It feels like it should be episode, well, I guess 4. I wouldn't say as much as 5. It feels early. It feels like too much has happened since, in terms of numbers. It feels too much has happened for it just to be the 3rd episode of GM Prep. It's kind of weird. I'd actually, legitimately checked my videos and past records to double check that it was, in fact, episode 3. Yeah, it was. So, I'm just going to jump straight into it. I have been very busy for the last 2 weeks. As you may have noticed, we skipped 1 week. People were busy. Super Bowl, that whole thing. And basically, I've been super busy and haven't really been dwelling on apocalyptic fiction in my head. So, I spent the last, this is a later broadcast than usual, I spent the last bit getting into the mind space, like what's been going on in the game, because I kind of forgot parts of it over the course of time. You know how that goes. So, let's hope this goes well. It will probably be a bit longer than last time. Maybe. I don't think nothing can be as long as episode 1 was of Post-Apocalypse. I think 3 hours, which is insane. Of course, I've never done this type of GM prep before for Apocalypse World. Done heroic plenty of times, but yeah. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. There we go. Super Bowl 20. We ended last time. Basically, a lot of last session was focused on Kim. Kim and Bean were a lot of last session. Of course, Bean's an NPC, but basically, Kim's secret is slowly coming out, or at least people are looking into it more. And Whisk has decided that she is going to deal with Bean in the most direct, indirect way possible by getting him in trouble with someone else without her getting involved directly at all. Let's see what else would happen. Rex tried to ambush her in her dorm, and she just stabbed him in the throat, and he almost died if it wasn't for Kim. Let's see. Grigsby gave some barter to Radar to deliver to who was it? Phoebe. Yeah, he raised funds for Phoebe the previous session. Gave it to Radar. This still feels like the most. I don't know. No, I think that's right. It still feels like I'm missing a session somewhere. Oh well. I'll rename the video if it is. Oh well. So, last session there was a party at Boz where Bean got drunk. Heard that. Got drunk, knew that Kim was basically secondhand responsible for the death of his best friend. And then Grigsby convinced Frost, who is new NPC, a beautiful woman, very greedy, and because she's beautiful and greedy, she decides easy money, the prostitution. That was stated. That is a thing. Her name was Frost. Yep. So Grigsby convinced, paid a deal to. I can't actually remember what the deal was struck with. I'll let you write that down because I'll need to remember. I'll ask Zen, Grigsby's player, what it was. It was something about his radio service. I think it was like a talk show or something. Yeah. What was offered to Frost? Oh, that could be a thing. I don't think so. I don't think Frost is going to be a full-on threat at this point. Okay, Frost convinced Bean to go get revenge on Kim, because of course he sort of blamed Kim for his friend's death. Volin. Bonk. Bonk was his name. So she did that. And I believe somewhere along the lines, a 7 to 9 was rolled. And so Bean didn't go alone. Bean went and brought his entire gang with him. So that's fun. When he set up that gang. So I have a feeling it's going to be used at some point. Now, when we ended the session, it was Kim running out of the back door of the wood stove, and Bean and his entire gang following him. Kind of the beginning of the latest Mad Max movie, Fury Road, when Max is trying to escape from the War Boys, and they're all just sort of scrambling after him one by one. It's kind of like that. Just sort of crazy. We won't know yet until the beginning of the next session if Kim will, what's going to happen to Kim. Let's just jump right into it. As you can see, I'm on the first threat here. So the immigrants to the rig, that is still happening in the background. The clock has been ticking closer from 3 to 6. Now, inspired by what Adam did with his most recent Roll20, the Sprawl prep, these are now tokens, the clocks. So you can see the real clocks are underneath, like the ones that come as the base of this whole threat picture. But this is a clock, and just like it has a random table here, threat clock table. I popped our chat. And I can choose a side. So I can just tick up the clock as much as I want to, and it's easier than having to like manually write an X or copy and paste it without messing anything up. I can just say, and the clock is now 6. It's not 6 yet. I expect it to likely be 6 next session to tick over next session. But it has, again, this is sort of very long term. I don't want it to last the entire session or to last the entire campaign, but it's slowly going to tick up. And I think once, things are going to get faster and faster with time. Yeah. So I don't think that there's anything we should change. There's the cast members. Mimi's still an important cast member because she grows the food now as well as broadcasting across the land. And that's important. We haven't seen much about like how she does it. She claimed to not be good at it. I think she was lying. That's what I think right now. That isn't confirmed in the game, so she might not have been lying. But I think she basically was lying about not being able to do it. However, Haas is currently in constant dialogue with her. Not constant dialogue, but pretty consistent dialogue. So, like telling her what to do. I can only see that going one way in a Purpose World. Badly. So that'll be a threat that will even make. What else is happening? Well, let's go through these. Camo, Fleece, and Blitz are all fine. How will the crowds affect Mimi? Right now, we haven't seen them yet affect her because she has been she's now spending all of her time in lower levels where people either can't or won't go. She's kind of isolated from people. I kind of like. What if that's the thing? Yeah. I think as people get here and as people will want to like seek out and talk to Mimi. Let's see. How will the crowd, like, they're gonna kind of start demanding her time, and she doesn't have time to give. So, I like this idea a lot, actually, because it makes a lot of sense with the food running out. It's not only just because if there are too many people, but it's because there are too many people, and a lot of them, some of them start interfering with Mimi, basically. That'll change, of course, if when Fleece knows that's happening, she's going to set up some sort of guard or something. If she knows. Probably not. Anyways, So, how will the crowds affect me? I will change that. How will the crowds affect Mimi's work? Because that's the important part. If she doesn't work, people don't eat. What's going to happen to Litz? In terms of this, I don't think that's important anymore in context specifically of this threat. I think Litz has her own threat, and I don't think it's important in that part. She's getting free groceries and stuff like that. How will Fleece bargain with Whisk? Well, who's Fleece? Well, Fleece is the Flockmaster. I thought Fleece was someone else. Never mind. Fleece, I think that's not how she would bargain with Whisk. I don't think that's an interesting question. And also, stop changing. Is it 12? 14. I don't think how. I think it was will Fleece bargain with Whisk. Why does it keep changing font size? There we go. Roll 20. You have some serious glitches. Anyways, we don't know if Fleece is going to even bargain with Whisk. It might be a demand. How is Kim going to get the Angel Kit supply when the gates close? I'm literally like, I'm gonna ask Kim that flat out. Who will suffer the first violence? In context specifically of this, violence has not yet been done. And what will happen to the sheep? These are not metaphorical sheep. These are the literal sheep, cow-sized fluffy things that eat, that graze on the fish fields. I think that's still a good question, because they could go all sorts of things. They could turn violent and mutate. They could just get eaten. They could run away. The raiders could take them. All sorts of things could happen. So I think these are all good still. Next threat, Grigsby's security. At this time, Grigsby's security isn't a threat. In terms of, well, in terms of much right now. They haven't even been seen by name yet. So I think I might change that. As in, I think I might introduce some sort of complication to this. These are people loyal to Grigsby because he's helped them get back on their feet. And they are brutes. They are family type of brutes, and so their impulse is to close ranks and protect their own. If I was to introduce a clock, the vision for the future that I would see for these brutes is that they become disillusioned with Grigsby and abandon him. Yeah. So let's play out how that could happen. Let's start from the end and work way backwards. So everyone leaves Grigsby. That is the vision of the future that could happen. Next, what would you read just before that? Only the last loyal